Hey, so it's episode 4. I'm Annaliese and I'm reviewing ANTM, as I do. Let's just get straight into it because it was juicier than I thought it was going to be this week, and a really good episode for myself, so I'm really glad about that actually. I do actually think the producers or editors or whoever must be like shining down on me at the moment because they seem to be nice. We'll see what happens in future episodes though. So Kyle and Ebony and the little issue at the start, it wasn't explained very well because you guys didn't have any context in it. Because Kyle thought she was going home that week, the week before in TV land. She thought she was going home. Remember I was telling you about the argument where Laura and Asmarie were the only two who knew what punk rock was on the very.com shoot? They all thought that they'd done horribly bad and that Kyle thought she was going to be going home and she didn't have a good shot. But obviously she got called up quite near the start, and I think that annoyed Ebony, and Ebony was just getting out. And then I think she's just generally frustrated, that's Ebony, because they keep making her put these pigtails in. And yes, it doesn't make any sense, and she's just rebelling against it, and there's just so much of that more to come, really. But moving on to the episode where I did so fantastically well, yes, I should probably have a little bit be a bit more gracious about the situation, but I'm ecstatic. I love diamonds. I have my own set of bling now. I'm extra happy about that. And it was just a great challenge to win. When I did Britain's Next Top Model, the challenge that I won on that one was getting interviewed by a radio presenter, like quite a good known one here. And I won that challenge, and it was the same kind of thing where I was like, this is my cup of tea. I should really win this challenge. If I don't, then something is totally and utterly wrong. But they missed out so much, as usual. They didn't show. They made it look like we all had time to look at our products, be at one with our products, and do all of that before we had to go up there. No, we literally had to pick up a box, look at the product, walk to camera, look up, and go, I'm ready, and go. Did anybody notice my dodgy hello? I remember in slow motion hearing my hello and going, oh, that sounded weird. Are you going to mess up now? And I thought, bring it back. It's alright, I managed to bring it back. But I thought everybody actually did quite well on the challenge. Some of them were quite amusing to watch, but it was a terrifying situation. I thought Alicia was hilarious. What was it? Pop bag. I actually thought that was funny. Sophie was just cute. Laura was her overly sexual self. And yeah, anyways. I thought that, okay, Candice was a little bit scary. Buy the coffee. Yeah, a little bit scary. Ebony went on about being beautiful and knowing what beautiful is, and that this product was beautiful, but you're not beautiful, but buy the beautiful product, and little bit cringe. Yeah, I thought Ashley was cute. I mean, I know she was talking rubbish, but I thought it was cute. But the worst thing of this whole challenge was hearing that a focus group was going to judge it. General public don't know what they're talking about. Like, I don't know, I thought that was the scariest part of it, and the fact that we had to sit there and watch it. You guys didn't even see half of it. And when I mean you didn't see half, they probably spent about 5-10 minutes talking about each person. And it was actually quite worrying because they were quite racist. I know that sounds like really quite a statement I'm making here about ANTM, racism, all the rest of it, but partly why I decided to do video blogs was for this episode, because we knew that they were going to make us look like we were overreacting to the little things they were saying, when actually what things they were saying were quite bad. They were just taken out. Like, they took out, obviously, Alicia's African accent, which just came from nowhere, followed by that she should be selling chicken. Laura being ghetto, which is just her sexuality, really. It's not really ghetto, whatever. Down to Ashley's freckles making her look diseased. Ebony's face looked like a birthmark and she's just ugly, basically. It was harsh. It kind of turned out, if you were there watching it, you would have seen that it kind of looked like all the black people, I know I'm treading on thin ice here, but it looked like the focus group weren't fond of the black people and were more fond of the white people, even if they didn't do so well in the speaking challenge. And they also just made all these left, right, out comments about, oh, well, she shouldn't be selling this because this looks like this. And it's like, well, we didn't have a choice what the product is, so you can't really qualm over that. But it was a really intense, like, cruel, And why I say it's is just because their obvious aim of this challenge was to talk to us about branding and marketing and putting yourself out there, being a spokesperson, which I really would have wanted to learn about. That's a good lesson, especially from like somebody like Martin Lindstrom, when actually it turned out into be a everybody needs to have a thick skin in this industry lesson, which I kind of knew already. So I was a little bit annoyed at that front. By the way, I read Martin Lindstrom's book, Brand Washed. Buy it and read it. It's actually really, really good, talking about how brands brainwash you, obviously. Slightly off topic, but I thought I'd give that little heads up. I did actually read it. I'm not even a big reader, but I did read it. Yeah, so that whole day felt really, really long, and we did a lot of waiting around that day. It was traumatizing. It was just watching this while Miss J was sitting there with us as well, going, oh child, oh no, we didn't say that, and all of this. It was like, ooh. Long day kind of took it out of us, and just at the last minute, as we were about to go and find out who won, somebody slammed the door on my arm, and I had the fattest bruise, and I had like an ice pack on there, and it just really, really caned. But then I heard I won, and it totally went all out the window, couldn't even feel the arm anymore, and was like, oh my gosh, give me my diamonds. I think the British girls, we really needed that. Like, we've been quite rubbish, really, haven't we? We've been a little bit rubbish. We haven't really got best photo yet. I think we needed a morale boost, so I'm glad I was able to deliver that. Yeah. Photo shoot, Nigel Barker, low riders, cruising with our fancy hats. I think they were Philip Tracy hats. Yeah, great concept for a shoot. Can you believe Snoop Dogg was actually supposed to be in that episode, but he cancelled at the last minute? How annoying is that? I would have really loved to meet Snoop Dogg. But hey, it was still a good shoot anyways, and it was where Grease was filmed. Yeah, and I was looking kind of Grease. I had high-waisted jeans on, a little top. Felt very appropriate. And I must say I really enjoyed being shot by Nigel, because I hadn't really enjoyed any of the other shoots up to that point, and I feel really bad saying that, because you want to kind of be grateful for the opportunity that you've been given. Obviously, we had all the Jenners on the week before, and yeah, all the kind of opportunities that I've had. If they were just a bit stressful. This one I actually truly enjoyed. I felt like, oh yeah, I remember, I like modelling. This is not supposed to be strenuous. I do this. This is what I do. Like, should be cool. And I think everybody, I mean, I know I'm sounding like a wet blanket just saying that everybody did well, but as far as I remember from the day, it felt like everybody had quite good feedback. Sophie was a little bit worried, but she was up first, and obviously they didn't make it look like she was first. And first is always the worst, because they're testing out the bouncing and the lights and the la-la, and they just kind of fraff around you, and it is kind of difficult. But moving on to elimination, did you see how big my hair was? I looked like I'd been dragged through a bush backwards. And you know why that was? You notice how they've taken my weave out? Production basically threatened me, saying if I didn't wear my hair as big as possible, then they'd put it back in. I was terrified. I was like, right, guys, give me this. We're back home in the hell out of this. I looked like I got dragged through a bush. I think I managed to tame my hair in the next episode, but that was just, I kept looking at it and I was like, where is my face? I can't even see my face in that. That was quite funny. But elimination this week was quite painless. Easy, simple, to the point. I liked all my comments. Yes, okay, look a bit taller. What are you going to do about that? All of the other girls, I thought, obviously, Asmarie looked amazing, but standing there in a shot, Asmarie always looks good. I don't think any of us would have looked that good if we stood there and did that pose. Simone should have done something with that banging body of hers. Coke bottle or what? Definitely should have done something with that. Alicia was sticking that leg out, but there was other shots. I don't know why they chose that one. Sophie really, really hated her pic, and obviously Kelly Catrone hated as well. Pregnancy belly, all of that. But yeah, overall I was happy. Did anybody take note of the fact that Kelly Catrone actually said that I'm more of a TV presenter? Take note, people. Definitely more of a TV presenter. I thought that was great. And Nigel said he'd book me again. So we love Nigel for that. We love Nigel. That was great. Yeah, I was just plain sailing for this one. I loved it. I got called out 5th. Not bad, Annaliese. Hey, see how we're going? Steady progression here. And poor Candice went home. I want to say I was more traumatised by it, but I wasn't really that traumatised. And I'm looking at the time again, and it's 9 minutes and 35 seconds that I've been talking. Surely that's enough. It was supposed to be a short one, I'm sorry. Another long blog from me. But, yeah. Next week's episode, We go to Canada, we go to Canada. So make sure you watch that one. I'll definitely be back again doing this blog. But yeah, 10 minutes of yakety yakading from me. That's it. See you later.